Yo, man, y'all, what's up, bro? It's Myron Magnus. Myron Magnus, pure pugilism, boxing logic. Well, I predicted it a month ago. Over a month ago. My prediction has come to fruition. I told you, Shawn Porter by split fucking decision. Look in the videos. Look at my videos. Right there, go scroll down. Look at the videos. I did my prediction over a month ago. I didn't wait last minute. I didn't need to see the type of condition they're going to be in at weigh-in. I didn't need to see some bullshit prep promo training videos. Some promo bullshit videos hitting the bag. I already knew who was going to win. Why? Because I understand human behavior, motherfuckers. Ha 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 ha. And I told you. Shawn Porter, by split decision. Look at the video. It's right down there in the list. I made it over a month ago. While a lot of these fugazi cats that be watching boxing was scared to make their prediction, I made mine a month ago. Stamp that. Because it's right there in the video section.
Can't believe things ain't calling. Not at the moment.
Let me say this right now.
Cincinnati guy. Let's see who's this.
Shawn Porter is the most exciting fighter in boxing today.
No? Brandon.
Yes.
Cincinnati, what's up?
Shawn Porter is the most exciting fighter in boxing today. Maybe not the most.
You're not the only one. There's a lot of people at a 6'6".
Skilled boxer. He maybe not be the most skilled boxer or most polished boxer, but he's the best fighter in boxing today. Stamp it, nigga. Boxing logic, pure pugilism. Stamp that. Shawn Porter is the most exciting fighter in boxing today. Or fighter boxer in boxing today. However you want to call it, baby. That's Shawn Porter. Okay? You know why? Because them niggas don't want that work. Y'all soft in the ring. You soft as fuck. Y'all don't want a motherfucker ruffling you motherfuckers up. Y'all don't want to fight on the inside. You don't want to do all the different things and elements that come along with boxing as a whole. You want to stick to the stick and move, don't hit me, stay in my punching range, all that bullshit that Mayweather got you guys in love with. But you don't got that fighter heart. You don't have that fighter spirit like Porter got. Like, let's get it in. And if you can beat him, beat him. It's all about you being the best at your style versus his best at his style. Somebody who studied martial arts is myself. Shut up, niggas. I'm talking way more important stuff than you. Pardon me, people. Somebody who's dealt with hand-to-hand combat, boxing, love, bondo, kickboxing, all that stuff like me. Like I love. If somebody's been into that, like I've been into that, okay? You deal with the martial arts, it's no particular best art of the martial arts. No style is the best. You can't say Kung Fu is necessarily better than karate. You know what I'm saying? You can't say Aikido is definitely better than that. You know what I'm saying? Or this style is better than that. Or Kempo is better than this. And Kung Fu is better than Kempo. It all is determined by the user's particular skill level compared to the other fighter's particular skill level. And which one's will overpower the other. That is what Mortal Kombat, physical combat, hand-to-hand combat is about. Your willpower and your skill level at the style you do. Okay? It's no one style is better than the other style. Motherfucker, this is fighters. Like Mayweather said, this is a gladiator sport. And Shawn Porter is showing you he a fucking gladiator. And all you other motherfuckers, pardon my French, need to move the fuck to the side if you ain't willing to get in there and get bloody and get cut and get elbowed and headbutt. All the things that's been involved with boxing since the inception of boxing. All those things has been there since the inception of boxing. Blood, guts, headbutts, elbows, punches. That's what's been involved in boxing since the inception. So don't act like Shawn Porter is some exception to the rule. Don't act like Shawn Porter is doing something that has not been done since the beginning of boxing or gladiator hand-to-hand combat sport. Shawn Porter ain't loading up his gloves like many other fighters are. Shawn Porter ain't on the motherfucking steroids like many successful fighters are. Shawn Porter's coming in and giving you his heart, his soul, his body 300% of the way during the entire 12 rounds of the match that he claimed to bust your motherfucking ass in. That's what Shawn Porter brings. And let me tell you this. Earl Spence don't want shit from Shawn Porter. He already said it in Barbershop Conversation earlier this morning or yesterday, whenever that interview was, that he prefers Danny Garcia style instead of Shawn Porter, which was a covert admittance or subliminal admittance or just speaking too much of him saying he don't like the fight Shawn Porter brings and he don't want to get involved in the type of fight that Shawn Porter brings. Which means if I'm Shawn Porter and if I'm Earl Spence, did Earl Spence come in the ring? Because I ain't watched the fight. But if Earl Spence stepped in that ring, motherfucker, make that fight now in the next 6 months. My challenge to Earl Spence, make the fight with Shawn Porter within the next 6 months. If not, woo, all that smoke was just a funky ass fart, nigga. You want smoke? No. You just want to blow ass funky ass farts and want everybody to buy into it. Shawn Porter is the motherfucking beast now in the welterweight division. I'm sorry, welterweight division. My prediction came correct. Y'all gonna start watching me. I predicted the shit. I predicted Spence against Peterson. And I ain't just predicted, I said exactly all the elements and all the variables of exactly how the fight will go. If this happens, this will happen. If this happens, that will happen. I do that. Watch my videos. And none of these motherfuckers got an eye like me. Why? I grew up in boxing since I could walk. I got Hall of Famers associated with my family. Hall of Famers that y'all consider the best of the golden era. And I'm not throwing no names, but it will come to fruition soon to you. Yo, and I'm done with tooting my motherfucking horn right there. Shawn Porter, like I said, was going to get in Danny Garcia's ass. Danny Garcia could not get away from the motherfucker. And Shawn Porter was in his motherfucking chest, dicking in his motherfucking ass. And that's exactly how it must be. Because all this little stick and move, unexciting fights is killed the sport of boxing. Mayweather made a great thing for boxers, but he made a horrible thing for the fans. Money Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy Floyd, but Money Mayweather. He did a great thing for boxing. Boxers. Let me correct myself. But he did a horrible thing for boxing fans. Because he let the fight drag out with a pat here. Pop shots here. Pop shots there. If that's the type of fighting you like, you ain't no motherfucking fighter, and no wonder you're a commentator, and no wonder you ain't getting your ass ever in no motherfucking ring. Pop shot here, pop shot there. That's what Mayweather did to boxing. And I love Mayweather. Before I didn't. I was one of those who came on late. But he was thinking about the sport of boxing. I love what he said about fighters taking abuse ain't cool. But at the same time, the fans have left the sport of boxing. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, baby. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Okay? So it has to be one or the other. Whether you give those grueling fights and you take some layoffs like Keith Thurman's done. Sugar Ray Leonard only had 40 fights in his career. But yet he's considered one of the greatest fighters of all time. So I don't know. But like I said, like I predicted, Shawn Porter, split decision, 12 rounds. And Earl Spence, your worst nightmare has come to fruition. Because you say you want the winner of these fights, but I know, and like you said again in your conversation, with the boxing conversation, you was hoping to death it was Danny Garcia. But no, it's Shawn Porter. Now let's see what smoke you really trying to bring. Because we know who's going to bring the smoke and who's going to bring everything else to the kitchen, to the barbecue, to that motherfucking cookout. If just so happen you jump in that ring with Shawn Porter, we know what he's going to bring. We know what he's going to bring. We know what he's made of now. He's done it in every motherfucking fight. And that is, bring it, nigga. So if you want that smoke, we already know Shawn Porter going to bring the smoke, the logs, the lighter fluid, the axe. Shawn Porter gonna bring everything to the motherfucking table, baby. This is Myron Magnus, and you listen to a segment of Pure Pugilism, Boxing Logic. Shawn Porter, Earl Spence. Make it happen, baby.